No idea the hassle that we had to go through in Vegas to please to please you. So now you're going to present your stuff. So now you're going to actually sit down or go to the whiteboard or whatever you do for your presentation and show it to them. Right? So now you're going to say what? So based on the info we've got so far, can I share with you what I would do to solve that problem? Based on what we've got so far, can I share with you how I'm going to solve those problems or meet your needs or support your health or whatever it is? Based on the information so far, can I share with you how I'm going to help you, support you, solve those problems, whatever language you're comfortable with? And what are you going to show them? Only the stuff that's necessary and that reflects directly to solving those problems. All your presentation has to be couched and framed against why they just told you they need you. Focus on the things that directly speak to them and their situation. Which may not take very long, right? How do you get them involved? Page 17. All right, how do you get them involved? Right, you got the look, listen, feel thing, right? Someone who you've identified as potentially highly kinesthetic, have them sit in a chair watching you talk on a whiteboard, probably not a great thing to do for very long. What might you need to do? Well, come over here, let me show you what we do with this, and then you want to see this, and why don't you grab this, and right now. What else can you do to get them involved if they're not kinesthetic? You got to ask them questions, right? You got to see if they're listening. Does this make sense to you? What if they talk to you or start speaking while you're presenting? That's right. You should shut up. Right? He was yawning, covering his mouth, but I thought he was telling me to shut up, right? You should shut up and listen because there's a reason why they're talking, right? And it could be something that they missed or we've been holding or something now pops out of them. So when they start talking and you're presenting, don't just say, look, now it's my turn to talk. Shut up and listen. Don't be dumb and do that, right? It's my show now. As soon as they start talking, you're shutting up and you're paying attention because they're talking for a reason while you're presenting. When should you stop the presentation? When they want to buy, right? If you're doing a presentation, right, and they just go, I get it, I'm in. Don't go, hold on, I got 20 more minutes of stuff for you, baby. Right? That's really dumb, right? They say they're ready to buy. Let's go.
What if they don't say anything?
You're going to check their temperature, which is our next line, right? So you're going to say, look, if I had a thermometer and I could stick it in you and it had a 0 to 10 reading on it, right? Where do you want me to stick it? You brought it up, Ben. You have a preferential place for sticking stuff in you, right? So we can have fun with the conversation, right? Have some fun with it. So let's say that's what that might happen. I'm going to stick this in you. Where are you going to stick it? In your ear. Okay, I'm going to stick it in your ear. Where do you want me to stick it? So I stick this thing in you. 0 to 10 it reads. 0 is you're frozen solid. You actually wanted to leave about 20 minutes ago. 10 is you want me to shut up because you're ready to go. Where are you, 0 to 10? If I stuck a thermometer in you, scaled 0 to 10, 0 is you're freezing, you want out. 10 is you're ready to serve. Where are you? Anything less than a 6, something's wrong. Anything less than a 6, something's wrong. If it's a 7 or above, guess what I'm going to say? Say they say I'm an 8. I'm an 8. I stay on the no side. What do I say? Oh, I'm surprised. I didn't think you were even that high. Why are you an 8? What are they going to tell me? By saying it that way, why are you an 8? What are they going to start telling me? What they like about it, right? That's what they're going to start saying. And in their own internal and external expression of that, guess what they're going to talk themselves right up to? 10. They're going to start talking about why they're an 8. I really like the questions. You really got into my needs. I like the fact that you were very interested in me personally. I really like some of the things you said in the presentation, some of the exercises you showed me. I thought that was really good, right? And I'm going to be like, yeah. So I guess I'm a 10. Now, what if someone said, I guess what does that sound like to you? Wishy-washy, right? So I got to say, what do you mean you guess you're a 10? If you're not a 10, you're not a 10. No, I'm a 10. It's okay. I'm ready to go. You sure? Right?
So you have to take them to 10.
They got to tell me 10, right? If you're using the thermometer. Now, sometimes at the end, I just say to them, my only closing question is always, what do you want me to do now? It's the only thing I really ask at the end. What do you want me to do now? Even if I don't do the thermometer thing. Because it should be obvious to me and them what should happen next. If everything went well, what should be the obvious answer? That's the obvious answer. And again, this happens to me all the time, where the person says, I'm in. When can we get started? And what don't they know? They still don't know the specific cost. So that's how I know I'm still not talking to the adult, right? And so that's what seal the sale is. We have to remove buyer's remorse. I need to talk to the adult. So our step 8 is remove buyer's remorse. Speak to their little professor. What am I going to say? I'm going to feed back. I'm going to say something like, this is a big step, or this is a big decision, or this is an important decision. And then you're going to make a list. You're going to feed back everything that you talked about. You're going to feed back all the details. You said you needed this, and you were afraid about that, and you were horrified for this, and we talked about the budget of this, and the actual cost is going to, right? You're going to give them the actual cost now. The minimum payment's going to be da-da-da. You're going to get da-da-da. It means you're going to have to really commit to some time with me, right? You're going to make this a heavy. You're going to give them the real weight of the decision of what they're saying yes to. And then you're going to confirm, right? You sure you want to do it? It's about the best you can do, right? That's about it. Collect the money, fill out whatever paperwork you got to fill out, and then get some referrals. Now that you see the whole thing and you know what I do, Do you know anyone else that might benefit? Now that you see the whole thing and what I do you think anyone else you know might benefit? Now, you're asking them to switch gears again. Just like in past, present, and future, I need to set up their brain to think in a certain way. And so often when you ask for referrals and you say, do you know anybody? You know anybody, China? Right? She's going to be like, I don't know nobody. She can't think, right? So how do we categorize our Rolodex of people in our lives? Family, friends, co-workers, right? Neighbors. So you're going to have to give the list. You're going to have to say, do you have any friends? And you're going to have to stop for a second and let them do what? Pull out the friend Rolodex list, and maybe a couple names pop out. Yeah, Johnny, Sarah, I don't know, Ed might like it. Johnny, Sarah, and Ed. How about family? Got family in town? No, got no family in town. Co-workers? Got people you work with? Yeah. Right? And what do they just do? Pull up the co-worker list. And they got to go through. You got to give them a couple seconds, right, to go through the list. See what pops out. What do you got to lose? Nothing. Right? What do you got to gain? Maybe some names and phone numbers to call that are a little warmer this time, because you get to call and say, hello, my name's Chris. I was just talking with Fernando. He came into my business. He thought we might talk about what I do. Did you talk to Fernando about that? I don't know. Fernando, he's always doing that stuff. Telling salespeople to call me. Right? I know. I'm sorry about that. Obviously, I made a mistake. Fernando shouldn't have given me your name, right? I mean, it sounds like Fernando cares about you. You're not exercising, are you? I go into the conversation anyway. Unless they hang up on me. So you turn it into a first contact. That's all it becomes, right? So you're just in this constant cycle of what? First contacts, suspects, prospects, face-to-face, yes, no. Referrals, suspects, prospects, first contact, face-to-face, yes, no. First contact, suspect, prospect, face-to-face, yes, no. It's a machine. And if you know how to do this and you actually do the behaviors, you'll be a real happy camper.
Are the people usually okay with that? Like giving?
No, some are not, right? Some might what? Be like, oh, I don't know. But that's okay. I don't mind, right? Because let's say they go, well, I got some people in my mind, but I better talk to them first. Well, that's fine. I respect that. Because guess what? If they just signed up with you, you're going to see them, right? So you can just ask them, did you get a chance to talk to those family members you mentioned in the consult? I did. Did anyone say I could call them? Yeah, 2 of them. All right, what's their names? Now, if the end was a no, right? All you can best do is set up a definite future to say, well, how long do you want, to talk to those folks, and I'll call you in a couple days and see if anybody approved me calling them. You could do that. But chances are with a no, a little tougher. It's a little tougher. But again, it's just something you can do at the end. It takes a few minutes. You can get some names and phone numbers. Why not try, right? Do I leave voicemails? Yep, I leave the first the first time I call somebody, I leave a voicemail. And then I'll call 11 more times, right? At various times of the day and week, and not leave a voicemail. And then the last time I call, I leave a voicemail telling them that they'll never hear from me again. That's about the best you can do in our society. Yeah, yeah. So now it might take me a couple of months to do that. You know, I'll keep kind of a rainy day list. I'll be like, yeah, what do I got to do today? I don't know. I got an hour. Who do I got that I haven't talked to? Oh, here's some numbers. I haven't talked to them on Tuesdays at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Let me try them. Because what might you get? They might actually, oh, you already have one in your books. Well, you get another one. You're welcome. You paid for the candy. So you have a debrief for the face-to-face. There's your debrief for the face-to-face. Professionals review their game film. After your face-to-faces, I would encourage you. What I would tell you to do is get a notebook, make about 100 copies of each of those things, and just start filling them out every time you have these face-to-faces and these first contacts. When you join us on the monthly call and nobody's got something to talk about, you can say, hey, I got a face-to-face debrief I want to talk about. We'll talk about your face-to-face debrief. People will listen to us talking about your face-to-face debrief. I'll debrief your debrief, right, with you. All right. Let's do a lessons learned on that section. I'll tell you what the other sections are, and we'll be done.